along pretty well in our task, getting things accomplished much faster than I thought we would. And then this week came along and we have seen a slowdown, especially towards the end of this week. It was fortunate we replaced the hose run to the starboard water tank first, because the port tank proved more difficult. But with the experience on the starboard side, Lee persevered. He did have to use a Dremel tool to cut off the hose clamp, and he explains the reason.
So this kind of hose clamp, the band is stainless steel, and it in general doesn't rust, but the bolt nut controller that does. And this was on most of our water systems. This is the one I use now, and the band and the nut is stainless steel, and neither one rusts. So this has been on for a couple years. There's no rust at all on it.
There's also a difference in the bands as far as
difference in the style. This one, the hole goes all the way through. This one, it doesn't. They say that makes it stronger. I don't know. But the main thing I like is the fact that it is stainless, definitely stainless steel. So this is what I'm converting everything to whenever I take something out, from this kind to this kind. And yes, this is more expensive.
The tanks are now clean, and using a charcoal filter at the kitchen tap, the tank water tastes great. Consulting the Victron app for the NPPT solar charger, Lubry says lithium-ion battery would go into float every day prior to our arrival, as indicated by the darker value on the top of each bar. It is obvious when we arrived and started consuming more power, and you will note that the system was no longer going into float. Lee and I had a difference of opinion. He attributed the lack of complete charge to the angle of the sun, and I thought there was a problem because I didn't remember this ever happening before. The app indicated the battery was occasionally reaching a voltage of 14.12, so we moved on to other more important tasks. It came as a shock when, in the middle of one night, the battery management system, our BMS, shut down the draw on the battery to protect the battery voltage from dropping too low and causing possible damage. It was time to tackle the problem. For the first time since installing the battery in 2019, we plugged into shore power to bring the battery up to full charge. By shutting down everything on the boat that would draw power, the state of charge, our SOC meter, revealed a 2.3 power draw. That mysterious power draw. We were pretty sure we weren't putting out stray current, as our zinc anodes were, according to our diver, still in good condition. Lee thought maybe a bad diode on the solar panels was the culprit. While Blondie supervised, he took meter readings on the solar panel voltage outputs and checked the diodes to rule out a problem with the panels. We were perplexed when everything looked normal, and here is Lee thinking about the problem. In the evening, Lee, after vacuuming up the dog hair, tripped the circuit breaker.
Okay, everything went off. What's the numbers at now?
It says 2.3 amps. So
now what does it show?
You disconnected the BMS?
No, I'm going to disconnect the charging circuit. What does it show?
It shows 0 amps. So when you say charging circuit, what do you mean?
It includes the shore power charging, the alternator charging, and the solar charging.
Oh, okay.
So we took the solar off it the other night and didn't change anything. That probably is not it. So now I'd have to take a look in the.
So it could be the Xantrex?
It could be the Xantrex or thing how it's hooked together, I don't know. I don't remember.
6.1.
Now?
3.9.
Okay. The alternator on switch was on.
The alternator switch was on?
Yeah, the switch we turn on to
That toggle? It was toggled?
Yep.
Wow.
It may have been that he was thinking about testing with the key one time and hit it or flipped it or whatever.
Or maybe when they cleaned.
That's probably even more likely. Take everything off. No, that should go to 0.
All right, let's see. Yep.
Good.
That was an easy fix.
Yeah, it was easy fix once we figured out what the problem was.
Lee also cleaned and applied new dielectric grease to the solar panel connectors. He did find some corrosion on the side panels, and that has also helped increase the solar output. Then we began to experience setbacks. When Lee visited La Brisa in April, he discovered the galley sink plumbing had pinhole leaks. The highly recommended stainless steel fabricator was unable to duplicate the drain assembly because he does not have a tool to machine the flange. We have been without a drain, and the temporary fix Lee attempted is incompatible to the threads on the sink. We are scratching our heads over this one. Another setback was the cutting down of our staysail for the furler. We were quoted a price of $800 to complete the task, and we have decided it makes more sense in the long run to spend $300 more and order a new sail. By now, we thought we would be going out for day sails, and it is disappointing to run into these walls. Still, life is pretty great down here. La Paz is preparing for Christmas, and last night there was a Christmas gift market here at the marina. Lee has strung our Christmas lights, and we have lovely weather, which compensates for any downturns in our projects. Next week, we will be looking at the engine, and Lee's brother and friend will be visiting us. So it won't be all work and no play. So, until next time.